What's up, folks? I'm Fenris, and today we're going to be taking a look back at holy look at that digital wireframe horse. Holy Gallop Racer for the PlayStation. The first thing you're probably wondering is, what is that frame rate counter? And that's actually from Fraps, which is the software that I'm using to collect footage for this. I use emulators to get most of my footage for this channel, and Open Broadcast just wasn't working like it's supposed to, so for now I have to use the less desirable option. But hey, it's something. Second thing you're probably wondering is, why did they make a horse racing simulator? And the third thing you're probably wondering is, why am I playing a horse racing simulator? The answer to that first question is rich white people. The answer to that second question is because I'm an adult and I do whatever the f I want. So that bit about rich white people was actually a joke, because this is a Japanese series, and in Japan, it's considered a bestseller. I don't have a single clue if actual horse racing is popular in Japan, but these video games sure are. And I mean, hey, the PlayStation, and especially the PlayStation 2, are some of the best-selling systems of all time. If you're going to try to appeal to a market as obscure as, like, horse derby racing, then they're probably the systems to do it on. I really like strange and obscure games, and I really like games that I can just sit back and relax to, like Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing. Gallop Racer is a series that I've known about since roughly middle school, and that I've always wanted to give a try, but I've never played any of these games before, so here we go. So it looks like I can actually customize my jockey a little bit, and I can wear the 5-star Dragon Ball, so yeah, that's what we're going with. Whoa, wait a minute. Did they give jiggle physics to the female jockeys? Really? Come on. Actually, you know what? As long as we don't have any, like, MLP brony jiggle physics on the mares, it's cool with me. So what's the first thing you're gonna need to race a horse? Well, a horse, of course. Why no, my mother doesn't love me. Why do you ask? But for real, the game allots you a certain amount of money at the beginning for you to buy a horse, and holy sh**, I think it's pretty clear which one I should buy. Alright, so let's take a look at Sexy Master's stat screen, and I'm lost. Clearly these abbreviations and numbers have a meaning and significance, but I have no idea what they are, so let's just go ahead and jump into a race. Hey, I've played racing games before, I know what I'm doing. I've played Speedy for the Needy and Burnout's 420. I got this horse business. I grew up on a farm. I was surrounded by horses my entire childhood. Okay, I don't got this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, now that I got my ass kicked, I should probably do my research. Only a couple of problems there. The manual, while containing some useful information, wasn't really that great. So my next step, of course, was to turn to the interwebs, where you would expect to find maybe a bustling horse sim community, but it's not to be. I checked the usual suspect boards like Game FAQs and found nothing. Facebook groups, non-existent. At least by any of the search terms I used. I did find this one site called the Online Racing League that seems to be a hub for horse racing sims in general, because apparently it's a genre. This website does contain a lot of really useful links, but none for my game in particular, which is the first Gallop Racer game that seems to be known in the community as Gallop Racer 1999. So I messed around in practice mode a bit, and I did learn some things. For starters, your horse moves forward on its own with no input from the player. The reason Sexy Master got stuck at the gate is because I didn't jerk on his reins when the race started. The influence that you as a player have over your horse during the race is the ability to move left and right, and the ability to whip your horse with a crop. Using a crop obviously motivates your horse to go a bit faster, but you have to time it right and you can't spam it. At the end of the day, your horse's stats mean far more than anything that you can do as a player. That said, this game goes deep. I'd imagine that most of this game's fans would get their enjoyment by breeding their horses to get the most efficient outcome. I also found out that those stats are gut, temper, incline, and condition, though I can't really tell you a lot about what that means. Certain horses also perform better on certain terrain. On top of all this, each horse also has a preferred position compared to the other horses on the track. You can even get a bad-tempered horse, although I don't know how this affects things. I really did expect this to be a relaxing game, but it's actually pretty intensive. I can tell there's a lot to be enjoyed here if you have the time and energy to invest. Considering the year this game came out, the graphics are actually pretty stellar, especially on the horses. And honestly, I think the soundtrack is pretty amazing. Like, seriously, a chill hop artist or a lo-fi artist needs to sample this shit. It's great. Maybe one of the future games simplified things and made it more accessible, and maybe one day I'll find out. But for now, thank you for watching, please subscribe, check out some of my other content, and have a great day. Or don't, I don't care.